close his holes with a hole. So I've just opened the drain up with a crowbar and I'm just about to clean it out because it's really full and it's starting to smell funny, and I don't want us to end up with a plain infection of either rats, locusts or wayward chipmunks. So now we're going to start unblocking. It's so disgusting that even I'm wearing gloves, and I'm someone who never wears gloves because I don't have a problem with my hands getting dirty, but what I do have a problem is when even after several washes they still smell like a drain. Not good. It's also why I'm wearing these ones as opposed to the muck gloves, because the muck gloves have material so the smell still seeps through, whereas these are safe. Renska's up today. So's Hida and Annie, who's decided to snooze in the middle of what's meant to be the wildflower garden. So the drain cleaning out has progressed and Holes is now in her hole. I've never stood in the drain before, and my first thought was to send Freya down here because obviously she's longer. But no, I've taken one for the team and there's Tracy. But the problem is I don't have enough room now with me in the hole to get my scoop in here. So I might need a smaller scoop, or I'm just going to have to use my hands.
Or a smaller person.
Yeah, that's true. So if anyone has a small child that they like, you know, to get a bit of work experience in this summer, send them our way and we'll send them down here. You know, all we need is a tiny, skinny little person with tiny hands, adult or child, just someone tiny with small hands. So Anne, maybe you could do this next time you're here, just to get the last bit out the drain. But I think maybe if I move back in the drain I might have room. But the problem is I can't bend down because then my knees block. So I don't know. Not really achieving much being in the drain. I was hoping I'd be able to get the bottom, but I am struggling.
I'll hold your leg.
Yes! Vince has had a great idea, so he's going to dangle me.
I'll dangle you down over the drain.
And then I can...
You can do what you want.
That is a good idea, that.
There you go. Problem solved. We can say...
Now what we've progressed on to, as inspired by Vince's idea, is this. So, because I've got the ribbon brace on, it is adequate for me. There we go, so that I can scoop out the last bits, because I'm very nearly at the bottom and I do want to get it completely clear. And Hida is watching on, making sure that health and Freya, I'm dripping in drain juice. Oh my god, that is mank. That is actually vile. Sorry, I'm a bit wheezy. So the drain is now clear. As you can see, there we go. So I've just tipped, so I've pressure washed it out and tipped some disinfectant down there so it smells a bit better. And then all I have left to do is just rake along here of all of the debris I've pressure washed out there. Also washed off myself, so I've washed my entire, okay, not very well, but they don't smell anymore. And now I'm coming around to the back where Freya is making feeds. So here's head chef Freya today, and she's just preparing the garnish for her gourmet 5-star meals. And big thank you to everybody who has bought apples recently, and to Peg for the strawberries, bananas and blueberries, which we totally haven't been eating the strawberries a little bit this morning, Peggy. Totally not. No. Absolutely not. No, you know, definitely have not been eating them. But we will share them with the horses as well, we promised. And 90% of the fruit does go to the horses. It's just the odd one or two we have to quality control, make sure...
You've got to make sure Holly gets her 5 a day.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Got my 5 a day. And we need to make sure that, obviously, because we want our horses to be of optimum well-being, that they are of quality. Therefore, that does require taste testing.
Yeah, very important, that.
But what else do you add to the horses' feeds, Frey, as well as the fruit? Supplements, that's right. And at the moment, all of them are liking to come down with...
somewhat... Everyone is on something.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, most of the supplements are Alright, because for the likes of digestive aid and the joint support, you literally just have a scoop with the powder. So that's simple. You just scoop out the powder, 1 scoop, simple. Whereas the problem is where the faffing comes in is if you'd like to demonstrate.
Okay, we have Rainbow Boy Nero's little collection. He's got quite a few.
So this is where the faffing comes
we've
out.
Got zinc first.
So Freya's gonna.
Look how cute and tiny they are.
I know they are cute and
They're
tiny.
so cute.
So Freya's gonna count out 6 of those.
2, 4, 6.
And we have to do this for about 3 or 4 feeds of these, and then she has to count out the vitamin C. Yep, that's 4. And then here's energy.
I don't know how you say it.
A shred, I don't know either.
I don't know.
2 scoops of that.
2 scoops of that.
So making feeds is taking much longer than it once did.
And get 1 scoop of milk thistle seed powder.
And it takes more brain power as well,
does.
because you have to really think.
So like before I start, I tell myself, right, brain, you've got to focus now.
Yeah, you do have to concentrate.
And then he gets turmeric.
There we go.
And then he gets a butte.
So that's just an anti-inflammatory to help him manage, keep comfortable with his leg.
Then he just has a little bit of molasses because he's fussy and he does not like the taste of butte.
Picky eater is Nero.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it though.
A little bit of molasses.
And there we
his
go.
Supplements completed.
Which is why, you know, if any of you would like to help make our feeding creation time slightly smaller, you can. How can you do this? Well, on the Amazon wish list, by the time this video is out, Freya and I, or just one of us, or just Freya, or just me, who knows, will have added some pill boxes, insert picture here, which you can purchase that we can put. Obviously we won't be able to fit the powders in there, but we'll be able to count out all the berberine, vitamin C and zinc into those for them for the week. So then all we have to do is open the little container and go so it'll be half the time instead of having to count out 3 berberine, 6 vitamin C. Well, it's only 4 vitamin C and 4 berberine, but anyway, you get the picture. It's a lot of counting and a lot of time, and it'll also help us with stock taking, because if we're setting out what they're all having at the start of the week into these little pill cases, we'll be able to gauge better when we are and are not about to run out, so we can make sure that they have a constant supply. So thank you. And if you'd like to purchase any of these pills directly off the wish list, you can do that as well. Because, you know, at this rate, our horses are like junkies for vitamin C. So if you want to help keep their addiction going, please do. Thank you. Frey is currently just doing some product research into the pill box.
I'm online
and guess
shopping.
what? It's revolutionary.
Oh my god,
because...
I didn't know what pill containers you could get.
Yeah.
They've got like, they're
so
cool.
Any of you on here that are also junkies, whether it's prescription, non-prescription, we don't judge, we don't ask questions.
No.
As long as you're happy and you're not going to have a seizure, you do you.
Oh my god.
But we've discovered a product review with a video, because obviously we need to ensure that, because horses have more than people, because they're bigger, that we'll be able to fit all of the tablets we need to into one box. So obviously for Monday, in Hannes's box, we put all of his zinc, vitamin C, berberine in one box so that we just tip it in. What have you found? That looks big, doesn't it? That looks a substantial size.
That's 4, 5, 6.
Is that 7 days?
4, 5, 6, 8.
8 days. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So we can have 8
I
day
love
weeks.
when people put photos and video reviews on. It's great.
Yeah. So this is the one I think we're going to go for.
Yeah.
So we'll order just one to start with. We'll put just one on there to start with.
Yeah, just to test.
So then we can get it and see it. And if it works, we'll get one for each of them that have the tablets, and then maybe a couple spare for just to make way for the rest of them that'll decide to injure themselves in the future.
Yeah.
In other news, Annie, Hida and Renska are all currently restrained, while Freya brings out the feeds to the horses in the fields. So here's Betty, the quad bike, and Frey is just loading the feeds onto Betty.
Oh, is it called Betty?
Yeah.
I didn't know the quad was called Betty.
Yeah,
When did it get called Betty?
like 20 seconds ago.
Oh, okay. So you just
Yeah.
recently named it, okay.
Yeah. And then if we go around into the tack room, we have a Bailey making bracelets, Diane folding things up in paper, and Tracy doing keyboard warrior work. So as you can see, Nero's decided to add to the number of creatures who need additional care. So Tracy's just cutting some ganji to apply a dressing on his leg because he's just caught it in the field. So he's just got a little bit of a wound there on his leg, but it's not deep and we've caught it now, so we can get it clean, sterile, bandaged and get him under control. Even when you feed in the field, it's always important to check them over from any nicks or scratches, major or minor, because something that looks minor within a couple of days could worsen into something major if you don't catch it straight away. As for Nero, this did literally just happen overnight. He obviously got a little unlucky in the field and caught himself somewhere, which happens, you know. Even horses in flat square paddocks can catch themselves on themselves, or it could have been from one of the other horses. You never know, and there's no point in ruminating necessarily on how it happened, because chances are these things can't always be prevented. You'd have to literally wrap them up in cotton wool and turn them out in a hazardous full body suit, knee pads, shoulder pads, elbow pads, which we're not going to do, because then it doesn't become fun for the horses anymore. And here I am feeling very, very angry because my mummy had the audacity to bring another horse in apart from me. And not only that, but horse, I do not like this horse, Ina. I do not like her. I do not know why, but I do not. To be honest, it's just because Yolanda and Nika, my sister, do not like her. So I decide, because I copy what they do, that I do not like her too. Plus, she is only one that I can bully, because all of the others bully me. So, you know, every man or woman for himself. But I do not identify as either. I instead identify as savage. Here I am, stalking my prey. I'm stalking the inner. But I decided to leave my prey inner alone because food was more important to me. I'm a curvy girl, you know? It takes work to accumulate physique such as mine. I've just done a little bit of groundwork with Inna and put her back down into the field. I was going to video taking her down the road, but the problem was I'd left my phone in the barn, which is part of the reason why Tracy and Tamara hate me, because the amount of times they either call or text me, and guess who doesn't answer? Me. Why? Because my phone's not on my person, it's in the barn. Back at the road, I brought with me Miss Yolanda, who's going to do a little bit of something. There's Ren, who was in last night, and as per usual, the horses never lack stimulation around here, because here is the hired digger arriving. Because as you can see over there, the falsettos have descended, so that's the lovely Lisa, and the not so lovely but very useful of a half Vincent, who is going to be starting the works on the Hoitzer and Jabba's house. Well, I say he's going to start, he's already started. He's removed the fence post, so I'll go and show you down there now and show you what he's been up to. Here we go. So Lisa is chief quad bike driver today, and between them, her and Vince have got the posts out the ground, all ready to do whatever is going to be done first. No idea what's going to be done first. Not my department, bruvs. With the digger arriving, one can only assume it is going to involve some kind of digging. And Hoitzy and Jabs have been shut in the top field up there. Frey is sorting out the lammy boys with the soaked hay nets. It is also helping just reduce the size of their hay nets just a little bit, just because he's very, very concerned about them and he wants them to recover as quickly as possible. So here he is, just inspecting everything and making sure it's up to scratch. Isn't that right, Hoppy? Yeah. So here goes Tracy again, getting trigger happy and going on another tractor rampage. She is, of course, going to top the boys' field, so Hannes and I are just watching on, and off she goes. So the topper just kind of takes her off though, so you can see there it's got the blade, absolute monster, and that'll just kind of literally just take off the reeds and any weeds, and obviously some of the grass as well, but it's not like mowing the lawn where it takes the grass really short. You see it going, so they'll still have enough to eat. And nor is it like a lawnmower, because I know obviously horses shouldn't eat grass that's been lawn mowed. This is a bit different. You can see there how it's literally spitting it out. I don't know how it's different, but I just know they can eat it. There we go. And you can see she's already done the schooling field behind us, and she's done the girls' field somewhere over there as well. So boys, this is this evening's entertainment. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? And then behind us here, we have Lisa, who's doing a bit of digger driving. Lovely! Look at her go. Yodel's just done a little bit now, and I'm just in the middle of clothing her so she can go back out in the field. And we're going to pop Ren out tonight as well.